Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another Honkai Star Rail video. Are you tired of Jingbu bullying all of your hypercarries? Do they just not stand up to the queen? Well, look no further, alright? With the release of Ranmei and now the newly updated tier list with Black Swan, she is absolutely sitting at the very top of S+ tier. As you can see, with the release of Black Swan, basically the Dot team is the new favorite child from HoYo, and you can see Kafka on the Pride 1 tier list has now moved up to S+, okay? And for pure fiction, Black Swan has moved up as well. So this video, we're going to take a look at Black Swan and how amazing she is. Now, a couple of things first. I usually do the tier list review right at release, but on release, Black Swan was only sitting at S tier for, I think, both rankings, and then Kafka was unchanged at S tier as well. But obviously, after further testing and reports from the players, they're definitely deserving of the S+ section. Now, this is going to be a very interesting showcase in terms of the team build, because this is also a team that the CM bros have been cooking, right? And it's the team, that's right, legs for days. Oh my god, Kafka, Black Swan, and Ranmei. Absolutely beautiful. This is one of my new favorite teams. I'm thinking how many copies of Black Swan I'm gonna pull just now, yeah, once built, this team's absolutely busted. I'll make a separate video. This is the thumbnails you can see once this is done, but it's Black Swan, Kafka, Ranmei, and Huo. Now, taking a look at Black Swan, why she is essentially the last piece to the Dot team. Well, if you're looking for a super detailed guide, check out Goba. Goba has been a participant of the TimaeuSS Cup before as well, and he's a very talented third crafter, so check it out if you're looking for a more detailed, in-depth run. But for us, we're just going to take a look at the skill kit and give you a general sense of why she is so damn strong and what exactly Kafka needed. Now, she essentially inflicts a stacking debuff dot called the Arcana, okay? And if the target has any of these dot applied, then each respective chance from the base attack will be able to apply an extra stack of the Arcana onto the enemy. And the Arcana is basically the core of her kit, and also she also allows her skill to apply AoE as well. And the stacking Arcana. So this is really strong, and also reducing the debuff. We know defense threat in terms of damage calc is absolutely goated. So this is super important, and her skill essentially allows Arcana stacks to trigger off of her talent, and Arcana, when afflicted, the enemy will receive wind dot damage equals to Black Swan's attack, and each stack increases the multiplier, right? And it stacks to up to 50 times, so it's crazy. But of course, every time the dot does damage, the Arcana resets. But this is so insane. This can rack up really high, and because of how the cone works, and from Kafka's synergy, you detonate without triggering the stacking dot, which is so broken. Honestly, is absolutely busted. So this is why the synergy is so important. And honestly, E0 is okay. E0 is okay for Black Swan, but if you want to go E1 for that res reduction, and yes, like always, we know res and defense threat are two of the better ones in terms of damage increase, right? So this is huge as well. Now for the mega whales, I mean, if you're gonna E6, you're gonna E6, but yes, just look at this top tier mommy, so goated. I'm loving this unit. And if we take a look at the review, it's not easy to use, okay, for most people, because you gotta farm gear again, and we'll just jump into the I'm pretty sure they always have a dual on the raid. Yeah, exactly. Insane amounts of high damage, AoE defense threat, and defense ignore on the dot, super flexible, and synergy with other dot units. And damn, she, like, dots, if you guys look at it this way, because it's not necessarily reliant on enemy weakness, although it does help, but dot is basically scaling off of attack and less reliant on gear as well, right? If you guys saw the naked Kafka E6 CN run, which had 0 gear and so able to 0 cycle, that's essentially how powerful this scale dot can scale. But of course for her as well, just honestly, insane. And like I've said, for the builds, the teams we already talked about, I think the team legs for days, basically Kafka, Black Swan, and Rame plus Ho will be a really good build. And if you take a look at the relics, the best, again, the new dot set is just so good. Increases attack and then also more defense shred, which makes other defense shredding or resist decrease skills even more valuable. So this is a really good piece. And you're farming this for Kafka and you're farming this for Black Swan as well. Now looking at the bodies in terms of stats, you can go for effect hit rate, aiming for until at least 100 to 120%. That's the sweet spot. And if you have that stat, of course, you can go attack percentage, speed for boots, and then wind damage, attack percentage, and attack percentage for rope. So those are viable options. And because the dot is scales on attack, so attack percentage sphere or orb rather isn't a huge waste in comparison to the correct elemental. So this is basically her gearing, and then in terms of the light cones, you of course want to go for our own light cones. Just how it is with HoYoverse, they always build light cones that is super good for themselves. If you have an extra Kafka light cone around, you can use that. But for Black Swan, her signature light cone just is basically much better. It keeps attack percentage, defense shred, and stacks as well. It's absolutely crazy. And yeah, you can if you have the ability to grab it as well. So looking at the CM build guides, they also talk about the light cones, and I would say their light cones is pretty much similar in the sense that if you don't have the Black Swan Lycone, you can use the other one as well. Bronya's Lycone is a viable option. And we can even go down as to looking at the sample, the 4-star options as well. So now taking a look at the gear, their recommendation is going to be the same. Effect, hit rate, chest, attack percentage boots, orb, you can use the wind type, and attack percentage rope. But energy is also viable, but you want at least 120% effective rate with 113 speed. This is the breakdown. And looking at the Eidolons, okay, you can see that the Eidolons are okay. The Eidolons are all right in terms of the boost. So E1, E2, the boost is like kind of the same. Of course, the biggest bump here is E1. So if you really want to go get that resist, that's fine. And then at E6, you're doubling your damage, which is crazy. So this is, yeah, this is really good, really good. Again, this is another team that's viable. Basically, you can see, okay, this is an E6. The legs for days core are not going to change. Black Swan, Kafka, Rame, what's going to change is either Ho or you are going to be using Fushuan. So yeah, that's all. Basically, all of these are going to be viable. Just the amount of synergy with the new dot team is absolutely insane, and I'm almost quote-unquote forced to pick up Black Swan because I know Archon has been drip marketed, and she is going to be a lightning Lahility, right? We already know she's going to be a lightning Lahility, so I'm sensing dot, so I have to pick up Black Swan because she is such a key piece of the dot team. Anyhow, let me know your thoughts, and if you're gonna be picking up Black Swan sitting at S+ tier or Kafka. Yes. I mean, at this current moment, if you don't have Kafka, it's okay. Just grab Black Swan and potentially save for Archon. I think that might be the play, but who knows? And by the time Archon comes, maybe Black Swan will have a rerun in a couple of patches, right? So yeah, plan accordingly. I'm very low on resources, so I might have to bring out the credit card. But I know a lot of you guys, with the release of Dr. Ratio, are not too worried because you already have one team set from Dr. Ratio's side. But until then, let me know your thoughts. Oh, and one more thing. I'll probably make a separate video, but yes, Bronya has freaking dropped from S+ tier to S tier. Never thought I would see the day, but yes, Bronya has dropped. Same with, oh my god, in the pre-friction tier list, right? It's just insane. Rame is so damn strong, and Bronya is here. I wonder where Sparkle is gonna end up, right? Most likely S+ tier, and the Bronya, you know what? She served us well. But also a lot of people have higher idol on Bronya, so yeah, not all is lost. Anyhow, it's too long. The video is way too long. Let me know your thoughts on the new Black Swan ranking, and are you excited, or do you have the team legs for days ready? And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye now.